Gita,
Cat Lagata.
and welcome to Flirting on the Floor, dancing through life on your own terms. And we have another date night.
Yes.
Cheers, cheers, cheers. And today we are going to teach you guys about the magic of angel cards. Yes. And we also have some Native American oracle cards. So let's just go back a little bit, because sometimes people, when you start seeing, like, they're like, oh, is that voodoo or is that black magic? Kat and I have had some incredible spiritual experiences in Sedona. And if you've never been to Sedona, there's a lot of magic that happens there. And that, I think, was probably our first true experience. I mean, Ramsey and Infinity Compass taught us a lot about spirituality, but I feel like it's one thing when you learn about something and then you try to meditate and feel it, but it's another when you go to a place like Sedona that has these vortexes that are just spiritual centers, and then you feel it.
Yeah, and for me, like, I think I've always kind of been like that kind of skeptic, and that kind of thing. But you feel what you feel, and in the end, it's about intuitiveness. It's about your connection to the universe, to the world, and when you do actually feel like something is giving back, you can't really just renege it and be like, oh, that doesn't mean anything, it's just coincidence. It's that kind of thing where it's like, that makes a lot of sense right now. It can't just be coincidence that I pulled that card. Like, the universe is trying to tell me something, So that's what these are all about. And we've had we kind of started our journey with I did with Ramsey and Infinity Compass, and then we kind of strengthened it even more at Sedona. That place, just going there is just a powerful place. So it was really beautiful.
Yeah, and just like a life lesson for us, we actually had a show at a corporation that was in Flagstaff, and they had hired us multiple years to go and do this show.
Yeah.
And from Phoenix, you drive basically 20 minutes, like you're literally 20 minutes from Sedona, once you get about an hour into that journey, and then another 30 minutes, you're in Flagstaff. But we didn't even know Sedona existed, and we could have had the opportunity to go there. And we had a show in the fall, and then we ended up getting a show in the spring, and then we did this spiritual course. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, have you been to Sedona? We're like, oh, no. And they're like, oh, well, it's in Arizona. And I'm like, oh, we're going back to Arizona. And then all of a sudden we looked on a map, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we have driven past this city multiple times. And if you look at a metaphor, like even if in a relationship, sometimes you have to really open your eyes to see the change, or to see the new opportunity to, I don't know, create something new in your relationship.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then we went to Sedona, and anytime we're in Arizona for an event, we go to Sedona, because it's like a spiritual awakening within your relationship, within yourself. It's just, I could close my eyes and see the red rock, and really, there's a beautiful Airbnb that has a fireplace and a jacuzzi, which are two things we love. But one thing we want to share with you is kind of giving a, kind of like a Sedona date night, which basically we're going to use the magic of these angel cards, and we'll put these up in the link. These have been really incredible. Yep. And powerful. Two different sets, and we're gonna pull our cards quickly so you guys can see how it works. But these are called Healing Angel cards, and these are from Blue Angel Publishing. We don't get anything from these companies. This is
our personal set.
This is our personal set. And here's the card. And basically, a fun date night together is to pull cards, to ask questions together as a couple, to ask your own questions.
Yep.
And it's interesting because you know when you start pulling cards, you'll notice you start pulling similar cards, you know, and it's just the energy, and we both have different techniques. I kind of like feel over the cards, and I kind of feel energy. Kat has her own thing, but
I shuffle.
she shuffles, but it's just kind of a fun thing. So, all right,
Cards
so
pop out.
let's do this. I'm gonna use. And Kat, what about did you show everyone the native spirit?
No, you were talking about those. So,
Yeah.
so these are native spirit cards. It's Denise Lynn, I think she has oracle cards, native spirit and oracle cards guidebook that comes with it also. So it's cool. You pick your card and it tells you a little bit something here. So these were actually the start. You know, our starter deck that we started with way back when. And we've kind of built upon our cards, but these are the ones that really speak to us.
These are our go-tos.
When we really have a tough decision to make, or something just isn't you know, you're trying to fit a square peg into a triangle. It just doesn't, something isn't matching. We just always go to our cards, and for some reason they give us good messages.
I'm gonna pull my card first.
Help us guide us.
So here's what I like to do. So I hold the deck in my left hand. I knock, which is supposed to be kind of emulate knocking out the energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I hold the cards to my heart and just kind of feel positive energy and just bringing in just the energy of us together as a couple. And I'm just gonna spread the cards out here a little bit, and I'm just gonna ask. I usually pull 3 cards, but I'm just gonna pull 1 card. Okay, and before I flip the card over, I'll read. These cards are all positive, so there's never a wrong answer. Okay. I like this one. So, the question I asked, and of course, you're free to ask any question you want. It could be about your relationship, but my question was kind of like this journey, because this is a new journey for us as a couple, of sharing what we do with other people, with the World Wide Web, YouTube, just kind of what it means, what's its significance. Okay, so I pulled this card. Oh, this is a beautiful one. This is called Sacred Source. We, your angels, are here to remind you of your magnificence. You are literally an angel in the making, a being of eternal love and light, forever one with God, Goddess, and all creation. So that's a really beautiful message. You know, it's just reminding us that, you know, we have a sacred source that we're giving out to the world, and I love that. Mm-hmm. Some of the other cards that are in here: kindness, fear, you have your healing angel, love. So really positive, and sometimes we'll pull cards together. Sometimes we'll do them separately. So Kat, you wanna pull your native spirit card? Now these cards are interesting because this is really more centered on like who you are. But you can ask a question.
These have a usually a lengthier message, because this one comes with a guidebook, so it kind of gives you a little bit about native. So I'm gonna knock on the card, because that's what we kind of do. And then what I usually do, because this is how I learned how to play cards way back when. So let's do this crazy shuffle here. And then for me, I usually just ask, you know, like sometimes if I'm really bogged down, I'll ask about like a specific question, but generally speaking, I'll just ask for general guidance. So I'm just gonna ask for that today. And then I'm just going to see what kind of card just randomly speaks to me. And it's not like it's speaking to me, it's just something that pops out about that card, right? Because we have no, like, I'm not a card.
It's funny, I was a professional magician, so it's, you know, that kind of metaphor of finding the magic in your life. It's not just the magic tricks, right? There's elements. When we were in Sedona, we were trying to find this kind of spiritual tour, and we found this incredible guy. It's just so bizarre. He was like in his late 70s, and he basically looked like me, but in 40 years. I mean, Kat can tell you, like, It's just incredible, the resemblance. And then we were talking with him, and he was an event producer. And I mean, just the connections, it was just incredible.
And here we were going to Sedona, and it was our first time, and we were like, we just want an authentic tour, and we found this guy's business card. You know, we booked him within the hour, and then just went out, and it was just such a weird parallel of energies. You know, he had understood the entertainment business, producing events, all types of different things.
He used to bring, like, he told us he brought like Sarah McLachlan and Cyndi Lauper, like, in private helicopters up to like the Red Rock. They have these, like, you know, up on the top of the canyons. So it was just incredible. And then we thought we were just doing a Vortex tour, but his wife had written this book on Native American spirituality. And I think that's how we ended up getting the native spirit.
No, I think we had these.
I think we had these, but it all kind of connected. All right. Well, anyway.
We're going over time.
Kat got a beautiful message. It's called Offerings.
And these are just so well done, because the picture is just even so gorgeous to look at. So we'll link that too, but it's literally, I mean, they're just gorgeous.
Okay, so here's the card meaning.
Mm-hmm.
And this is interesting because I almost feel like this is the kind of...
It's kind of related to what you asked.
Yeah, it's super interesting.
Yeah.
The universe is grateful for you. You are a gift to the world. Feel gratitude for everything in your life, even the things that don't seem perfect. Appreciation for everything flows through you in great bounty. Cherish the preciousness of the life and everyone and everything around you, and thus you will be cherished. Your native spirit wants you to know. Every native culture throughout history has made offerings, often on a daily basis. Offerings were made to the sun, the earth, the plants, and animals, and to everything in creation. The offerings varied culture to culture, but they were always made with a feeling of extreme appreciation for the bounty of life. Gratitude was the secret to a joy-filled life. True thankfulness can work like modern-day alchemy in your life, yielding happiness and peace beyond imagination. And it's simple. Find what's good and wonderful in every moment. No matter what's happening around you, there is always something to be grateful for. Whatever you appreciate in life will grow. So discover what you're thankful for, even the people and situations you're found challenging, and watch miracles unfold. The journey. As a suggestion, make an offering to whatever nurtures your soul. If you've nurtured by a particular place in nature, or Sedona, for example, I added that. It's not in the book. You might consider leaving some fruit at the base of a tree for the animals in that area to give thanks for the beauty that is there. Yeah. So you know, this is just an example of these two decks that have been a fun connection for us. To be very honest with you guys, we have actually, I think it was last Christmas, I think we bought 4 or 5 or 6 of these native spirit cards, and we did the gifts that year. It was called Lee and Kat's Favorite Things, kind of like Oprah, but with 1/1,000,000th of the amount of money. You got a native spirit oracle deck. Yeah, so we gave that to our friends and our family, and just trying to kind of give an element of bringing just the fun that we found together. So we hope you enjoy these spirit cards, and it could be a fun date night. You can order them through Amazon, and these are 2 that we recommend, but you can order any spirit cards. We would say stick to cards that are positive, so Native American or angel cards. If you want to go into the dark magic like Harry Potter, at your risk. Stay away from the Ouija board.
Positive messages, and yeah.
So positive energy, positive messages, and let's continue to flirt through life on our own terms together. My name is Leo Gringito.
Kat Lagata.
And we'll see you guys real soon. Enjoy your date night.